Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Stock Market Today. It's Alissa Coram here. I'm joined by Ken Shreve. And Ken, we're going to be chatting about three breakout stocks today, in addition to the action for the major indexes in this shortened holiday week.
Yeah, Akamai, nice breakout due to positive analyst commentary. Not such a great close for the stock market, but big weekly gains, we'll take them.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's take a look at those major indexes. As you mentioned, Ken, not a very strong close today. We had the NASDAQ finishing up about 0.5%, the Dow up 0.3%, and the S&P 500 up about 0.5% here as well, in addition to the NASDAQ. But we saw strong gains early on the heels of an estimate beating jobs report.
Yeah, no doubt. It was really the second straight month of robust job gains. We had 4.8 million jobs created in June, and that was much better than the consensus estimate for 3 million. And you remember in May, the economists were actually expecting job losses of 8 million, and the economy actually created 2.5 million. So we've had two straight months of pretty decent job gains. The unemployment rate in June fell down to 11.1%. Not great, but that was better than the consensus estimate for 12.4%. So, not a great close for the NASDAQ. Here's the daily chart. 4 straight up sessions, though, and a really solid weekly gain. The NASDAQ was up as much as 1.5%, but gains faded pretty badly as sellers came in late in the session.
But it's hard to complain, though, when we do still have the NASDAQ, like you said, such a big weekly gain and at highs. So
yeah,
not a whole lot you can complain about there.
I mean, the weekly chart here provides a great perspective. So you didn't really, the weekly chart shows no selling at all late in Friday's session. In fact, you got a really nice, solid weekly gain. At one point, the NASDAQ's gain this week was up around 5.5%. It might be a little below that, but just a great week for the stock market, no doubt.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at some strong individual movers today, starting off with Akamai, AKAM, a big breakout here, gaining over 6% in heavy volume, clearing that 110 level on positive analyst commentary, as you mentioned.
Yeah, we talked about this one on IBD Live earlier today at the crack of dawn, and yeah, it was Cowan and Company that came out with positive comments. They upgraded the stock to outperform from market perform. Also, a pretty significant price target hike all the way up to 150 from 106, and you can see the MarketSmith chart here. This is just a picture-perfect technical breakout. The enterprise software group sure has yielded a lot of breakouts in recent weeks, and Akamai, one of the last stocks to break out, but still a pretty strong move today.
Yeah, definitely a strong move, coupled with some nice volume there, which is always good to see. Now pivoting over to Taiwan Semi, TSM, also breaking out today, gaining over 3%, Ken. And it does look like, we do have earnings around the corner about mid-month, with earnings season expected to ramp up.
Yeah, the financial stocks will kick off earnings in the not too distant future, but the second half of July is going to be loaded with second quarter earnings reports. So that'll be exciting. But yeah, again, Taiwan Semiconductor, some of their big customers. Apple's a very big customer of Taiwan Semi. Also, NVIDIA, I think Qualcomm and Marvell Technologies. So they're a pretty major player in the chip space here. And this is again a picture perfect breakout over 58.04. That's the pivot at 10 cents. Your buy point is 58.14, and the stock closed at around 58.62, so it's well within that 5% buy zone. That's one reason this market has been working so well. So many stocks breaking out of well-formed bases, and Taiwan Semi, one of many chip stocks to be breaking out.
And let's shift on over to Team Atlassian with a big gain today of 2.4%, breaking out over a trend line. It's knocking on the door of new high ground, but we did see it today clear this downward sloping trend line.
Absolutely. Nice trend line there. And you actually had an early entry today with Atlassian. This is has been a leaderboard stock. We've got a lot of strong performers on leaderboard. And yeah, this is a breakout over a trend line. And today actually marked the completion of a new base. So that that left side high there of 191.72, that's a new pivot. You can see Atlassian closed just below that. So this one's definitely on breakout watch, and we'll see if it can if it can do that next week.
Yeah, and here's a weekly chart here. You can just see along this run here, it's found some really nice support at that 10-week line, which is something that we really like to see. Yet another signal of the strength for Atlassian and a lot of these leading growth names. And if it's not the 10-week line, it's that 21-day exponential line that's been providing some nice support for a lot of these high-flying stocks that we've seen during this rally that are now, a lot of which are setting up again.
Yeah, if we can go back to that weekly chart for a second, because that's an excellent point. You can see the initial breakout for Atlassian. There you go. That's a big blue up week there. And anytime a stock breaks out and then you know, just comes into that 10-week moving average and can build a new base without really decisively breaking the 10-week moving average, that's really a good sign. So really like the potential of Atlassian here. You can look at the earnings and sales growth that this company has produced in recent quarters. Really no hiccups at all. This is you know, a high quality name in the software space. There are so many of them actually, but Atlassian is an outstanding company with bullish fundamentals and technicals as well.
Yep, strong chart action, strong fundamentals to boot. We love the look of that. So that is it for this week, everyone. It's a shortened holiday week. We hope you have a happy 4th. And you can be sure that the conversation will continue Monday morning over on IBD Live. As Ken mentioned, all of these stocks we were talking about this morning in real time as they became actionable. I think we talked about what, 40 plus stocks this morning. Pretty incredible.
Yeah, I mean, Ed drove a real tight ship this morning, and we talked about a lot of stocks, but that's the benefit of IBD Live, you know, talking about breakouts when they're happening. And, you know, the reason we talked about so many stocks today is that the market is just giving us a lot of stocks to talk about. So we could have talked about many more names today, but we'll save some for next week.
Yeah, we will. And make sure to do your weekend homework, read all of IBD's weekly stories that are coming online over the weekend and in print, and get ready for another week of trading come Monday. We're looking forward to it, and we hope you join us on IBD Live at investors.com/IBD Live. But that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. Once again, have a great weekend and a happy 4th. And we'll see you right back here on Monday.